Another country you could migrate to for visit or visiting is Turkey. But a lot of people they do not understand that Turkey is not a member of the Schengen zone, the countries within the Schengen region. So if you are looking for possibilities or possible ways to actually migrate to Turkey as a tourist with the intention of actually not moving back or maybe finding your way, because I understand getting a study visa or other visas to other places are difficult, then Turkey should be the place for you. Today's video, I'm going to be talking about Turkey tourist visa, the procedure, the application, the documentation, and everything you need to know. So let's take a look at our YouTube channel first. Guys, if you are new here, my name is Milton. Thank you so much for joining today. I'm so happy to see you again. Always remember that I have said that a tourist visa is a visa that would permit you stay in a country for not more than 90 days. In other words, a tourist visa is called a short stay visa. So this is something you should put into consideration because a lot of people don't understand this. A tourist visa is another term. Like another term for a tourist visa is called the Schengen visa. This is in the case you are looking at it within the Schengen zone, but the application and that of the tourist visa to Turkey, they are not the same. Now, if you want to apply for this visa to Turkey, know few things before we talk about requirements, which means that you cannot stay in Turkey for more than 3 months, even if you get the visa. Understand this. 2, you cannot convert this visa easily to a permanent visa, that is a permanent residence permit in Turkey. So if you are going to Turkey, maybe to do your business, or maybe you want to check some things, maybe you are going for just to visit somebody, right? You can use this tourist visa. Also understand that the mode of application is using a second party. There is a body called the Voya visa that works with the Turkish embassy. So you have to go through the Voya visa to apply for the tourist visa to Turkey. I'm going to talk about the documents soon. Also understand that when it comes to accommodation, in case you don't have money for hotel, then if you have somebody who lives in Turkey and the person is legal, do not do this thing without the person being legal, please. If the person is legal, you can talk with the person and they give you their accommodation contracts. Then you attach and say that you would live with this person while you are in Turkey for your visit. Now, students can apply for this, workers can apply for this. Students, do not apply for the tourist visa to Turkey when it is not yet summer holiday, because the visa might be rejected because of why are you abandoning school to go on visit. Workers, if you are applying for this is advantage you because of course you are going to explain a lot, which I will mention to you now. The documents you need to apply for the tourist visa to Turkey are as follows. 1, your international passport. Very important. This is your travel document, and I will recommend that before you use your passport to apply for a tourist visa to Turkey, it should have a validity of more than 1 year old. Do not use a passport that is less than 3 months. No, I don't support this. And again, this is for those of us who are in Nigeria. Beware of people who are going to be telling you fake things. And there is a website, a particular website you are going to check all these details from, or the name of the website. Let me just give you the details of the website. In case you want to apply for this particular visa to Turkey, know that you are going to be using a website called www.consulscook.gov.tr. Now, this is the consul's cook, or maybe the shape of my mouth is not permitting me. Well, it's www.consulscook.gov.tr. Pay attention to that TR at the end of this website. I'm equally going to put the link in the video description box so you can navigate properly. Then the second document you need to apply for your tourist visa to Turkey from Nigeria is called the bank statement. Now, let me take time and emphasize on this. According to Turkish officials, you need at least $65 per day to spend in Turkey as a visitor, because this tourist visa is more or less like a visiting visa, you understand, because you are not going to live longer. However, like I said, you can maybe go in there and try to twist your way in and out to find yourself in correct places. But let me tell you that it's going to be very hard to convert this tourist visa to a permanent visa in Turkey. But however, some people are still doing it, but it depends on why you have decided to do it. I hope you understand this. Now, according to the Turkish officials, you need $65 a day to live in Turkey. This is how you are going to calculate your bank statement if you want to apply for the tourist visa to Turkey. 65 per day. Let's assume, we are assuming that you want to stay maybe 5 days in Turkey. So we are going to be using 5 days as a reference. $65 times 5, in case you want to stay 5 days, is money for your expenditure according to the Turkish government. So you need to show that you have 65 times 5 to give you the total number of money, the total amount of money you need for those 5 days as expenditure. Then you add it to your flight ticket. Your ticket now you are booking and reserving. You are not paying yet because your visa has not been granted. So you need a flight reservation. You add the money to the first figure. Then you also check how much is the hotel. Now, when you check how much is the hotel, remember you are checking because you want to add the total amount of money you need alongside in your bank account or in your bank account to sponsor your trip. Now, when you check how much is the hotel, you then multiply the money you need to spend per day for that hotel times 5. Let's assume that you are using $50 per day for a hotel. Well, in Turkey, it's not that heavy. $50 may be much, but again, it depends on the hotel and where you are going to. I have been to Ankara before, and I think $50 at that time when I was in Ankara was a lot of money. All right, but normally to get accommodation in Turkey, like a day, is not really expensive. It depends, again, like I said, on how much we are looking at here and what you want to do, you understand, and where you want to stay. So let's just take it to be $50 and multiplying by the number of days you want to stay in Turkey should be times 5. Now you add the total to the first amount I gave you. Remember, you are calculating now ticket, you are calculating hotel, you are calculating expenditure, right? That is what you need together to be in your bank statement. Then you add more money to it. You are not just putting this money and you relax. You want to make the Turkish government know that, or the Turkish embassy understand that you have a lot of money to take care of yourself. And this is why I always insist that, or say that it will favor more of workers than students. But in other cases, or never the case, it's not a problem if you're a student and you want to apply for a tourist visa. Anybody can apply in as much as you're above 18. Now, for students, you would get documents from your school to prove that you are actually studying, maybe registration documents, maybe student identity card for that particular semester, because you want to make the embassy understand that you are still legal in school, though you want to go on visit. You are in school, you understand. For workers, you need your employment contracts and pay slips and all, and maybe reference letters. Now, remember, if you own a business, you have to gather all the business registration documents as well. You add to the application. It is important for you to add every document that you need. Get your medical insurance and add it to the application as well. Then, when you have all these documents now, you have to scan all of them. Because if you do not scan them, you cannot upload them. Remember, you still have to go to Consuluk, the website I gave you before, which is linked. Probably when you click that website, it's going to direct you immediately to the agency called Voya Visa. The Turkish embassy has made it in such a way that these agencies are located in every country. You understand? So it is the agency that is going to probably submit your documents or do your visa application, but you still pay them. This is one of the shortcomings of this particular agency. Now, if you are directed to the agency, then you go there, they will tell you what to do. But I will advise you to go to Consuluk. If you are the one to do the application, you create an account. Then when you create an account, you will be asked to fill some documents and submit those documents in PDF files I just explained to you. Okay, if you do not do this, it is going to be a problem. But if you are the one, you do this, then you are good to go. You upload those documents because you have to scan them, scan all those documents. So scanning them and putting them in a flash or in a file is going to help you during the upload, because now you already know which document is which and you just upload them easily. Then when you upload the documents, now remember, when you were filling the form, or when you were filling the form on Consuluk, in case you are the one who did the filling of the application. Because sometimes you can fill the application and upon submitting, they direct you to Voya visa. They are directing you now to take your documents to Voya visa to check them, all right, before submission. Sometimes you may click on how to create accounts and it direct you on Voya visa. I do not know, the process is not the same in every country, but the agency is the same. I hope you get it, especially for Nigerians, Cameroonians, and other nationalities in West and Central Africa. So put this into consideration. Remember, when you are booking anything like your flight, the date you want to travel should also reflect on the same date on your insurance, and it should also reflect the same date on your flight tickets, like I explained to you, and everything must be the same. The hotel booking, if you are booking a hotel, because you have to be booking based on when you are landing in Turkey, so everything must correspond, like I explained to you before. Remember that it's going to take time. The Turkish officials will review your application. Do not do this process if you have track records, like wrong track records, because some people, they have issues. But I cannot say that you shouldn't apply because you have a track record which is not good. However, apply and let's wait for the response from the embassy, because definitely if you have a lot of money and the documents are correct, even if you have a wrong track record, things can happen. The embassy understands. They can still give you the visa. So this is all you need to know about the tourist visa. There are other visas like medical visas, maybe study visas, and of course business visas. But if you ask my opinion, which is good and which is easy to grab and easily have a stay in Turkey, I will advise you that it is the student visa, because not just one individual has used the tourist visa, but trust me, if you are a student in any country, you get being favored, like the government favors you a lot. There are certain things that people on visit visa will not do, but students will do them. So you have to get all this ready and plan ahead of time. Planning is very important. Now, understand that Turkey also has a fully funded opportunity, which is coming from the Turkish government. So I would like you to take a look at this. And for those who are in Ankara, I want to tell you that I was in Ankara around 2019, and Ankara is a beautiful place. I lived around somewhere called Chanka. I can't remember, but I just remember the name of the place was Chanka. Then you move towards the embassy areas in Ankara. That's the government residential area in Ankara. Okay, that was where I was. But again, if you have an opportunity to move to Europe, all right, Turkey is a beautiful country, very beautiful country. I've been to Istanbul and Ankara, so I know all these things. But again, you need money. If you do not have a lot of money, you cannot do all this process. When I say a lot of money, I don't mean 20 million, 30 million, 15 million. Those are big money. When I say a lot of money, I'm talking about 5, 6 million, because these are big money for people like us. All right. And if you do not have this money, how do you intend to cope? It's not going to be easy.